Creative friends, this is Joy. So I got these little tiny mini 4x4 canvases that I thought would be fun to play with, and they came with their own little easels. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking some matte gel medium and some scraps from my stash and gluing them down onto this little mini canvas. I know a lot of people really like the matte gel medium, but I don't know. I just don't particularly care for it. Matter of fact, you know, trying to use this bottle up because I have it, and it's like I want to use what I have. But to me, it reminds me of the paste that they used to give us in school, in elementary school, when we did arts and crafts. And I don't know. I just don't care for it. And so but that's what I decided to go ahead and use to glue all these little pieces down onto this little mini canvas. So I'm like putting glue down on the canvas, putting the piece down, and then putting glue over top. And the butterflies were actually from a leftover napkin, piece of a napkin, which I had to be careful with because they were starting to tear a little bit. And then I set this aside to dry, and I decided to kind of push back some of the pattern paper a little bit, so I just used some watered down gesso on there. And I should have dried this more thoroughly because when I went to start putting my acrylic paint on here to add a little bit more to this canvas, it was still wet and the acrylic paint kind of spread out more than I would have liked it to, but whatever. I guess I was being a little too impatient with it. So basically, I'm trying to just add some more interest to this canvas. Here I've got this little button that I'm adding little circles to the canvas, and I'm trying to obscure like where the two pieces, where the seams are with these different pieces of paper coming together. Here I'm adding a little bit of this orange inside the blue dots that I put on here with the buttons. And I seen artists do kind of like, I guess, I think it was like on a postcard or something like that, where they do something similar. And I really like that look and stuff, but I've never done it myself, so I thought this would be fun to do. And so I'm adding some little hash marks, and I just mixed some of the green with the blue so that I could have more of a blue-green color to kind of match the green and the butterfly up top. And then here I'm putting some white dots on the canvas and proceeding to just try to, add more interest to the canvas. I wanted to break up these patterns. I don't really particularly care for the patterns on here, so the little white dots seem to break it up a little bit. Um, so, so you can still see like some of the blue and some of the green, but it's not like bars of color like it was before. And then I wanted to add some more orange around the top where the top butterfly is. So I just add some little dots with a brush. I'm just adding some little dots around it to add a little bit more interest up there and to add some orange up there as well. So then I try to dry this here part half-ass, obviously, because I did not do a very good job of drying it. Here is where I noticed that because the canvas was still wet, some of the paint spread out a little bit, so I decided to go over some of what I had done before just to kind of, I guess, darken it up or what have you. So that's all I'm doing here is just trying to go over this what I had previously done to kind of darken it up. So I did set this aside to dry while I, you know, did some other things to make sure it was completely dry because I wanted to use, I got these brand new paint pens and they're fine liner paint pens. And I thought that they would be fun to play around on this canvas with. And each one, as you could see, was individually wrapped, which was kind of a pain in the butt. But anyway, so I had to unwrap each one and then prime it to get it started. But I did have a lot of fun using these paint pens, and I actually got these from Arteza as well. Oh, wait a minute. No, I take that back. They were not Arteza. I got these from Amazon. Yeah, I got these from Amazon. So, but they were fine liner paint pens. And so, anyway, I'm just using them to like kind of go around everything on here and add more interest to this little mini canvas that I'm creating, and some hash marks and whatever else, and I'm trying to use the same colors as what's already in the canvas, which are the blue, the greens, the oranges, to add like circles, dots, whatever other things I could add to this canvas. And the yellow, I decided it needed a little bit of yellow because of the colors. It could use some yellow, so I added yellow in this bottom corner. And I guess you could see it a little bit, but it didn't really show up a lot, the yellow, but that was fine. It did add some color and then some dots around that butterfly up there to go with the orange dots that I had put around the butterfly. But yeah, the yellow didn't show up as well or as dark, but that's fine. And then I added some more orange to this canvas, but again, I was having a hard time getting those things unwrapped because, boy, they wrapped them up good. So I just added a few orange, a little bit of orange, but I felt like it had enough orange already on there. I didn't need to add too much. I didn't want to overpower the whole thing with orange. And then I'm adding some more blue to the canvas. And then I thought, okay, it needs some black. I think that black really helps, bring things out. So then I just started going around the canvas and using the black to add scribbles and circles and dots and whatever else I could add to the canvas to try to yeah, just add some more interest and some more some other things to it. And here I'm going around the yellow circles and stuff that I put on the bottom corner and adding some more dots and some more hash marks or whatever. And then I also trace around the butterfly to give it, I guess, some more contrast against the background, and add some little antennas to the butterflies so that way they have little antennas on them because they kind of got lost in there with everything. And both the butterflies or wing kind of goes over the edge, and I didn't really finish the edge of the canvas, although I did, like I said, have the butterfly wings kind of go over the edge of the canvas. And but at the end, you'll see where I do end up going around the edge of the canvas to finish it off. So I'm just deciding whether it needs more, whether I'm done, whether it looks good, and I decide, well, I guess it looks good. Looks good enough anyway. So I have this word here, play, that I thought would go good on this canvas. So I use my glue stick to add that word to the canvas, and then I use the black marker or the black pen to go around that. And then I took some black paint and decided to go around the edge of the canvas, being careful not to paint over the butterfly wings that were sticking over the edge. That's the only thing that I left. Otherwise, the edge is black all the way around the edge. So that's what I'm doing here, just painting the edge of the canvas black. And then you'll see me here at the end where I use the wet paint brush with the black on it to kind of smudge around the edge of the canvas, just to give it like a kind of, I don't know, a frame or halo or whatever, like here around the whole thing. So that's pretty much the art journal page, or it's, excuse me, not art journal page, the canvas that I created for today. I really had fun creating this canvas. It was a lot of fun. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it was fun to make. So here is the finished canvas. And if you like this video, you can give me a thumbs up, or you can subscribe to my channel, or you can leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for stopping by and watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.